The person you love has reached a point where they need clarity, and they are asking you a serious and heartfelt question. If the love between you is as deep and genuine as it feels, what is truly preventing you from expressing that love openly and fully? From their perspective, there is a sense of hesitation and emotional distance that they cannot ignore. They feel as though you are holding back, unsure whether you want to wait for them or allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to let them fully into your world. This uncertainty weighs heavily on them, creating confusion and emotional strain that has become increasingly difficult to manage. What troubles them most is not a lack of love, but the absence of reassurance. They are standing at a crossroads, unsure how to move forward because they do not know where they truly stand with you. They want you to make a decision, not out of pressure or ultimatums, but because living in emotional limbo is painful. Both of you seem to share the right intentions and the desire for something meaningful, yet your perspectives on how to achieve that connection are misaligned. This difference in outlook makes it difficult to reach agreement, even on small matters, and over time, that constant tension becomes emotionally exhausting for both of you. Your person loves you deeply and sincerely wants a future with you. Their feelings are not fleeting or superficial, they are rooted in genuine affection and emotional investment. However, despite that love, they are beginning to feel frustrated and hurt because they do not feel your emotions are being fully reciprocated in action or expression. They sense that they are giving more than they are receiving, and that imbalance is starting to take a toll on their heart. It is not that they doubt your feelings entirely, but rather that they struggle to feel them consistently. From their point of view, it feels as though you are keeping them at arm's length, creating an invisible barrier they cannot cross. They do not understand why that wall exists, especially when the emotional connection between you feels so strong. What they truly want is honesty. They want to know whether you are genuinely committed to them and willing to move forward together. If you are, they are prepared to be patient, to wait for you to open up in your own time, and to walk beside you as you work through whatever fears or uncertainties you may be carrying. But if you are unsure of your feelings, they need to know that as well, because uncertainty hurts more than the truth ever could. They are not willing to waste their time or emotional energy on a relationship that has no clear direction. While they understand that everyone moves at their own pace and that emotional readiness cannot be rushed, they still need reassurance that they are important to you. They need to feel valued, prioritized, and emotionally supported. Respecting your pace does not mean suppressing their own needs, and they are beginning to realize that their feelings deserve acknowledgement as much as yours do. One of the biggest challenges you both face is that while your goals align, your perspectives differ. You both want love, commitment, and emotional security, yet your approaches to achieving those things are not the same. This mismatch creates friction. Your person may be more eager to move the relationship forward, seeking tangible signs of progress and emotional closeness, while you may be more cautious, holding back as you try to make sense of your feelings or protect yourself from potential pain. This difference in pace can easily lead to misunderstandings, disagreements, and frustration, especially if neither of you feels truly heard. Without compromise, these differences become obstacles rather than opportunities for growth. Although it is clear that you care deeply about one another, it is important to ask yourself who is taking the necessary steps to ensure a stable and lasting future. Love alone is not enough to sustain a relationship if it is not supported by effort, consistency, and mutual understanding. It is possible that stubbornness exists on both sides. When two people are equally strong-willed, conflict can become a power struggle rather than a path toward resolution. In situations like this, success does not come from winning an argument but from understanding one another's fears, needs, and emotional boundaries. Relationships require more than passion, they require patience, empathy, and a willingness to grow together. Communication is one of the most important foundations of any healthy relationship. Without it, even the strongest connection can crumble. You need to be able to communicate openly and honestly with your partner, not only about what you want, but also about what scares you. When communication is clear, conflicts can be addressed before they turn into resentment. Silence, on the other hand, leaves too much room for assumptions and misunderstandings. Trust is equally essential. A long-term relationship cannot survive without it. You need to trust your partner to be honest with you, to respect your vulnerability, and to stand by you through both joy and hardship. Trust means believing that your partner's intentions are genuine, even when doubts arise. It also means being reliable and emotionally present, so your partner feels safe investing their heart in you. Expressing your feelings is not a weakness or a sign of immaturity. It is a declaration of commitment and an affirmation that the relationship matters to you. When you hold back emotionally, your partner is left guessing, unsure of where they stand or what you truly want. This uncertainty can make them feel unimportant or unvalued, even if that is not your intention. Without emotional openness, it becomes difficult for them to understand your needs, desires, or boundaries. It is also crucial to recognize that anything built on a shaky foundation will eventually collapse. If unresolved issues from the past are influencing your present behavior, they must be addressed. Carrying emotional baggage into a new relationship can prevent you from fully committing and being present. Past disappointments, betrayals, or fears may be shaping your hesitation, but those wounds need healing before a healthy future can be built. The person you are interested in wants to build a life with you, but they understand that doing so requires honesty and emotional transparency. They are willing to share every part of themselves, even the parts they may feel ashamed of or embarrassed about, because they believe that real intimacy comes from authenticity. They are also willing to listen to you, to understand your perspective, and to reflect honestly on their own emotions and desires. Recently, this person may have gone through a painful experience involving secret plans with someone else, possibly a trip to a foreign country that never came to fruition. What initially seemed exciting or promising turned out to be built on deception or false intentions. There were red flags from the beginning, subtle signs that something was not right, but those warnings may have been ignored in hopes that things would work out. When the plans fell apart, it likely left them feeling bamboozled, betrayed, and deeply embarrassed. They may be struggling with feelings of regret for trusting someone who was not genuine, and that emotional wound may still be fresh. In moments like this, support is crucial. They need reassurance that they are not alone and that they are cared for, especially as they process the disappointment and emotional fallout. Being supportive does not mean fixing their problems, but it does mean being present, listening without judgment, and offering comfort. Letting them know that you care can help rebuild their sense of trust and emotional safety. If they are willing to be honest with you about their past mistakes and experiences, and if they are prepared to put in the work required to build a meaningful relationship, then they may be worth giving a chance. At the same time, it is important to remember your own worth. You deserve to be with someone who is honest, trustworthy, and emotionally available. A healthy relationship should not leave you feeling confused, neglected, or emotionally drained. If at any point you feel that your needs are not being met or that the relationship is not aligned with your values, it is okay to step away. Ultimately, this situation calls for self-reflection, honesty, and courage from both sides. Love is powerful, but it must be nurtured through communication, trust, and mutual effort. If both of you are willing to face your fears, adjust your perspectives, and meet each other halfway, there is potential for growth and healing. If not, then choosing clarity over confusion may be the most loving decision you can make, for yourself and for them. This is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest.